What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the final episode of my NHL 23 Philadelphia Flyers franchise mode series. As always, guys, appreciate all the support on these videos. You wouldn't mind leaving a thumbs up. It really helps me out. As you guys can see, we're currently 4-2 in the preseason. Zellweger there's our leading scorer, 6 points in 6 games. If you guys missed the last episode, or honestly even any of the last, couple episodes, as you can see there, we actually finally won a Stanley Cup a couple seasons ago. Have only won the one cup, though. We also won the President's Trophy the same year. And last episode, we actually lost in the Stanley Cup Final to the San Jose Sharks. So we got so close, lost in 5. AHL team has yet to win a Calder Cup. They have won 6 straight regular season titles, and last year they had the best AHL regular season of all time. So we'll see what goes down here in the final season. Usually I actually have pretty good luck in the final season. I've won a couple cups in the final year in NHL 24, so we'll see if we can do it again here. I feel like the team's definitely set up for success. As you can see there, keeping the first line the same, Stankoven, Draisaitl, Michkov. They're doing very well. They get a +5. Demidov, Cooley, Gauthier also get a +5 on the second line. Third line, there's Amirov, Reinhart, Poirier. Reinhart's down to 83, but he should still produce about 50 points. Nichushkin there he brought in last season actually dropped the rating to 81, so still a good defensively, which is all I care about. And I was able to get him for really cheap there at 1.75. Kostelic in the middle, Cates on the left wing, back on the team. Defensively there, we got Sharp, Kiviharju, top pair, one of the best D pairs in the league right now. They get a +5. Popov, Zellweger, second pair is also very solid. And then we got York and Ottavine on the bottom. Goaltending wise, Herbell's our starter. Bjarnson there backing him up. In terms of the power play, I feel like power play 1 there is just so deadly. They get a +5. Same goes for power play 2. I think both foremans as well. Or actually, take that back. Foreman 2 only gets a +1, but they'll be okay. PK 1 there, +5, led by Cooley and Reinhardt. Very good defensive players. You can see the second there in the Nichushkin. The third still looks good. And then right here, guys, we'll look at the 3-man PK. I feel like overall, the chemistry on this team is very good. Should be a Stanley Cup contender again this season. Now, in terms of the AHL team, Reed Schaefer's actually down the AHL now. We brought in Xavier Bourgault and Samoskevich, just a couple, hopefully AHL start players. Barkey's still there. He popped off last season. The bomb 6 isn't too bad. Defensively, you got Olsen, Nickel in the top pair. Nickel here, just a defensive stud. Like, look at that shot block, stick check, physical stats. McLean there, Beach, Dvorak, Jasper's there, medium elite. Probably getting dealt at the deadline for some star. Petrol's starting. Bjarnson's went overall higher. Hasn't played as well, but I'm giving him a chance there in the backup spot. Even Greff, they're backing him up 77. So, again, both teams, should be solid. Also, two guys should mention, captaincy change after we lost Sean Couturier to retirement and trade away Sanheim. So, Michkov's now wearing the C. Kiviharju there wearing one of the 2 A's with Draisaitl. And before I get started, guys, with the sim, I'll show you the ratings for this season. Again, really no reason why we can't be a Stanley Cup contender. As you can see there, we've got 98 offense, 97 defense, 85 goaltending. Let's get started. Alright, guys, we're out in December here with a crazy record. 23-7-4, we're dominating. Currently first in the division with 50 points. And we're tied for first in the league with the Avalanche. Even though they lost McKinnon, they're still doing that good. That's crazy. AHL team, 22-5-3. They're also first in their division. Also first in the league. So, similar to last year, both teams off to a crazy good start. Samoskevich there, almost a point per game. NHL-wise, Michkov's already got 50 points, basically. And we're not even, in January. That is incredible. So he can keep this up. Should have 100 points by the end of the season, but obviously we'll have to wait and see. All right, guys, so the deadline now with a record of 40-16-5, continuing to crush it. We got 85 points there. The Avalanche actually at 86, though. That is insane. AHL team 45-7-3, 93 points already at the deadline. They're first there in the league. And Samoskevich, the leading scorer, just over a point per game. Michkov's now got 78 and 61, so I think he has slowed down slightly. But he's still on pace to hit 100 points. So we'll get to the deadline now, see what we can add. Obviously, at this point, there's, 2 months left in the regular season of the entire franchise. Looking to add a star player. Robert Thomas there wouldn't be too bad. Currently on Winnipeg, 92 overall. Spencer Knight, 91 if we want to bring in a star goalie. Eriksson Ek, Barzell. Celebrini there, Shea Theodore, all these guys 1 year left. Thomas Chabot, Reichel, Werenski, and Johnson. So, I mean, definitely going to go for somebody 1 year left. Easier to trade for, plus easier to get them at 50%, which we'll need to do. Now, I guess, guys, before I make a trade for Spencer Knight, I should see how our goalies are doing. So, obviously, we made that trade for Herbell, which is actually offered to us by the computer. 913-265. That is pretty good. I don't know if we need a goalie upgrade. Like, those are solid stats. Bjarnson backing him up is not doing that great. So one thing I might do is call up Petrol because he's got great numbers there in the AHL. Probably will win like AHL Goalie of the Year, but I mean, Bjarnson's numbers as the backup, they're not good enough. And you know what, guys? It has to be the glove and stick stat because as you can see there, Bjarnson's for some reason didn't really grow. Like, he's got 90 stuff above that. That's pretty low though. And then you look at Petrol here, low 90 glove. 89-90 stick. That's the big difference why he's playing so much better. And I saw a lot of comments saying you guys want me to try and trade for McDavid or McCarr. McDavid's value is actually a lot more, reasonable now between the V and the A because he is 35 years old. McCarr, let's see. his value's still at the absolute max. So yeah, I don't think there's any chance of us getting Makar. McDavid, though, potentially we could do, even though he's on the block. We definitely have to give up Stankoven, I think. Kivaharju's our #1 defenseman. Michkov, we're not going to give up. Face the thumbnail. Stankoven, you know, has been doing well, though. Right now, he's got like 71 points, 62 games. That's really good. I guess for fun, like, we could try and get McDavid. He's got 77 points right now, so yeah. Still definitely worth trading for. With Stankoven, I'll add Jasper as the medium league defenseman we have. I'll also have this medium league goalie in Peters, basically just going all in here. Try and get McDavid. They'd have too many skaters, so we just got to add the most random one. So Kudobin will take back. The value's on our side. They like Jaspers and Peters. I don't know if they do this. He is extended for 2 years, I think, after this at 10 million, so he's not a pending free agent, which make it definitely easy to trade for. Let's give it a try. Trades rejected. I kind of figured that. Honestly, at this point, all we could really add, like a first-round pick as well. Oh, I didn't think that was going to go through. We just got Connor McDavid. Okay, so we traded away Stankoven. I did not think that was going to happen. You guys wanted McDavid or Makar in the last season. There you go. We've reunited McDavid and Draisaitl on the Philadelphia Flyers. How funny is that? Alright guys, so now next year I'm trying to make one more trade to Winnipeg Jets to get Nick Ehlers. He's making $5 million for 1 more year, having retaining 50%, 86 overall. He's almost got a point per game right now on a pretty bad Jets team. You look at his puck skills there, his shot, they're still very good. 94 offensive awareness. I think he'd be nasty on the third line, playing with Reinhart and Poirier. I'm actually offering up Nichushkin here. He's dropped even further now to a 79. He's currently a -5. His defensive awareness is below 90. The physical there is pretty bad too, 2.5 stars. Cody Glass for second and third. I don't think we need to do that. Focus on this trade here. Lorentz there is not a bad player, but 55 overall at 19. Probably like doesn't grow. You never know. A couple 4th round picks. Values on our side. Ehlers on the block. We'll try this. Trades accepted. Okay, so I think we're probably done now at the deadline. We brought in Connor McDavid and Nick Ehlers. Not too bad. Also, too, I feel like we definitely did it pretty fair because I didn't trade any picks past this season, so like, you know, the new GM would come in and they would actually have a couple extra picks in next year's draft, as I see there, 2 4s, 2 6. So we're done. Hopefully these are the right moves. Again, I think I'll probably call it Petrol as well to be the backup goalie, and this team should be set for a Stanley Cup run. Alright guys, so the trade deadline is now complete. Didn't make any more moves other than getting Connor McDavid along with Nick Ehlers. Boston Bruins there got Ozzy Weisblatt and Fairbury for first. Let's see, that Dan Cleary guy going to the Florida Panthers, kind of funny. Connor Garland there to the Ducks. Our trade for Ehlers. Razak Kupari and Scott Perinovich to the Boston Bruins for a 1st-round pick. Jack guy there to the Devils. Novak goes back to Nashville. Evangelista there to the Devils. Our trade for McDavid. Matthew Nice to the Predators. Eklund to the Blue Jackets. Renski to the Sharks. That's a big-time trade. Let's see. Anything else standing out? Lucas Cormier to the Rangers. Daniel Boot to the Red Wings. Wallen to the Canadiens. Shea Theodore going to the Penguins. That's another big trade. Atu Ratu and John Marino to the Rangers. Also a pretty big one. So I would say a good trade deadline, led of course by our trade for McDavid. There you can see the Theodore trade. Nick Ritchie here on waivers. 77. Really no reason to pick him up. Also, too, guys, I was going to send Bjornsson down to the AHL and call up Petrol, but I just realized Bjornsson would go on waivers. So I'm honestly not even going to bother, because once we get to the playoffs, I'm just going to be running Herbout anyway. You can't get hurt. So yeah, might as well just let Petrol set some, you know, HL records as the goalie. Alright guys, so after the trade deadline, here's an updated look at the team. We got Draisaitl and McDavid reunited on that first line, playing with Michkov. Pretty nasty. They get a +5. Actually, the entire first 3-4 lines get +5. Second line is now Demidov, Cooley, Ehlers. I feel like Ehlers a bit better offensively than Gauthier, so get him more ice time. Third line also still looks really good. Poirier, Gauthier, Reinhart. Fourth line's Amirov, Kostelic, and Cates. Again, like this team's pretty much stacked top to bottom. The chemistry helps. Defensively there, no change. In terms of the power play, obviously McDavid's going to be out there for all this, so he's on power play 1. 4-man power play 2's got Ehlers. Of course, McDavid's on the first 4-man. Ehlers is on the second. PK-wise, pretty much the same. Obviously, lost to Chushkin, so Mirov took over his role. But yeah, this team looks very good. Even the AHL team, I actually noticed. I somehow had Dorofeyev scratched, so I brought him into the AHL teams playing third line. Should make them even better. So we'll see what happens here with the two teams. Got about a month and a half left. Hopefully, they both play well. Alright guys, for the season now with a record of 52, 23, and 7. Good year for sure. We had 111 points there on the season. Unfortunately, the Avalanche 115. I can't believe they got that done, even without McKinnon. AHL team 56, 12, and 4. They had 116 points. Almost as good as last year. But again, for the 7th straight, maybe 8th straight year, because I have to go back, but at least 7th straight year, they win the regular season. Barkey there, almost a point per game. Playing on the second line, that's pretty impressive. McDavid, actually our leading scorer, 106 points. I'm hoping too Michkov hit that 100-point mark. I still can't believe we got him for really not that much. Stankoven, a couple medium league prospects at first. I guess it is a lot. Michkov did hit 100. He actually had 104 there, so awesome to see. 200-point players. Kivaharju, 93 points. and a plus 35. Unless McCarr went off, he should be winning a second Norris Trophy. Draisaitl 90, which is awesome. Demonov 79, very good to see that from him, almost a point per game. Reinhardt 75, that's incredible. The dude's 36, down to an 81, playing third line. And I think he just had his best season yet for us, 75 points. Yeah, so far, his best for us was 72. So I don't know how he pulled that one off at 36. Kind of looking like Joe Pavelski there, just getting better with age. Nick Ehlers 74. I am curious to see how he did with us. 18 and 20, that looks pretty good. -2, a little bit concerning. McDavid, how'd he do with us? 29 and 20, plus 11. Okay, so that's awesome. Maybe we swap Ehlers and Gauthier just because, again, the -2 I'm not really liking. Gauthier still at 62. Zellweger there, 55. Running the second power play, we take that. Goaltending here, so Herabel, 41 wins, 908, 2.85. Those are solid numbers. Bjarnson, obviously, could be better. AHL team, Petrol there. Wow, 6 shutouts, a 9-1-2, and 2-1-1. Those are absolutely unreal numbers. So Moskowitz there also at 70. Borgo, Needy, Stillman, Gauthier in the 60s. So, I mean, overall, I feel like the AHL team, they look pretty good. Even Duro 5 here, almost had a point per game once we actually got him in the lineup. And now look at the entire league here, guys. High scoring year for sure. DeBrincat actually wins the Art Ross with Detroit still, 118. Berkeley Catton's on that team too. McKinnon with the Coyotes had put up 107. McDavid's with us. Matthews, Connor. Connor, of course, we traded. He's got 105. I do think maybe I shouldn't have traded Connor and instead traded somebody else. But, you know, it is what it is. Like, our team's playing well. I can't be too upset. So, pretty crazy how many guys had 100-plus points. Pasternak, though, winning the Maurice Richard there at 57. Defensive scoring, Cale Makar. Same amount of points, actually, exactly as Kiva Hardu, but his plus-minus is 8 worse. I think Kiva Hardu could take home the Norris here. We'll have to wait and see, obviously, but definitely has a good chance. Fox there and Quinn Hughes, both 84. Korchinski, Bouchard, McAvoy, Drysdale, Sergachev. Goalie stats, Sebastian Cossa there, the most wins. He's now with the Ducks. Best save percentage there is also Cossa, 919. And then goals against there's Cossa. So probably winning the Vezina Trophy. Rookie skaters, this junior Peros guy, 58 points. And so now checking out the entire league, guys. As I mentioned, the Habs winning the Presidents. I can't believe that, like, they just keep taking it from us. How many teams here? 8 teams, 100-plus points. Plus you had all those players with 100-plus points. Crazy kind of year in that regard. Last place goes the Winnipeg Jets, who, of course, we took Ehlers from. Goals for, we were first place, 345. Best goals against was the Avalanche. We're actually not even at the top of the list. We're somewhere in the middle. So, you know, not terrible, not amazing. As I mentioned, too, the Ehlers -2 with us. I think I am going to put him third line. And then put Gauthier back in the second. Gauthier doesn't get power play time. Ehlers does. So, should be okay in terms of the ice time. At this point, Reinhardt goes to the middle. I think I want Poirier there on the right wing. We'll try that, you know, subtle change. Hopefully it works for us in terms of the playoff sim. Now, speaking of the playoffs, guys, we get started here. First round matchup is going to be the New York Islanders. All right, guys, look at this Islanders team. They no longer have Matthew Barzal. As you can see there, the first line's Yzerman, Byfield, and Moore. Schmaltz, Hagens, Dexter there. Horvat's on the team playing third line center. Defensively, they got Broberg. I mean, defense really isn't looking that good. Sorokin's still their starter, 82 overall. This Sakic guy, good prospect, but 69 medium lead as your backup. I don't know about that choice. We'll see how it does for them. So first on the playoffs here, guys, we have the home ice advantage. Obviously, we'll actually have that in the entire playoff unless we play the Avs in the Stanley Cup Final. First 2 games here, 5-2 loss game 1, and a 6-2 win game 2. Okay, so here we go. Game 3 in Long Island, 4-2 win. 8-2 loss game 4. Things you don't like to see. Game 5, 7-2 win. All right, so we actually answered back quite well. Can we take them out here in 6? And we do. Okay, so moving on to round 2. Good to see. I was getting a little bit worried there. And again, I think we did this exact same thing last episode. We had the Islanders in round 1 and the Rangers in round 2. Let's see how this goes. McDavid there, 9.6 games. Nice. We'll take a look at Rangers lines next. So they got Kuzmenko on the first line, McTavish, Lafreniere. I'm pretty sure Kakko was on the first line before, so they switched it up. Mercer in the middle, Othman, Ratu there, Delandria, Pelche on the fourth line. Pretty good. Same with Korschek, 86, 87. You got 2 81s there. Interesting choice by the coach. Lucas Cormier playing with Fox is 95. The defense is solid. Shesterkin there still on 91. So this will definitely be a tougher matchup. Hopefully we can make our way by them. I'm not even honestly going to check the AHL team till NHL team's done because I'm just, you know, so over that team. But lose game 1 again, 2-1. Luckily win game 2, 5-3. Had a Madison Square Garden. And 6-2 loss and a 3-2 win. So 2-2. I'll take it. Can we win a best of 3 here? Oh no, this isn't good, guys. We have to win these next 2 games, or that is it. We finish the series with 1 Stanley Cup. Let's see what happens here. Game 6 in New York. Find a way. 0-0 after 1. And 2-1 after 2. McTavish and Lafreniere for them. Gauthier for us. Resume simulation. They're on the power play. Sam Reinhart with a shorthanded goal. He's been such a stud for us. I'm not sure if you guys saw. As I mentioned, less ice time this season, still having a career year. That is crazy to see. So we're actually outshooting them by a bit. Power play. Come on, McDavid. Nick Ehlers, let's go. The trade deadline acquisition. Michkov adds one more. Are you kidding me? This team said no. We're not going home. Kivahar empty netter. 4 straight goals in the third. Gives us the 5-2 win. Hopefully we can keep that momentum going now into Game 7. As I mentioned, it is do or die for this team at this point. This is the last episode. There's nothing left. You got to put it all out on the line here. Can we get it done? Period 1. We're down 1. Delandria. 2-1 now. McTavish for them. Demidov, though, pulls us close. We had a big third period. Last game, Draisaitl scores immediately. 18 seconds into the frame. Let's go. Can we get the lead again? We're actually outshooting them here by a bit. Approaching the halfway point of the third period. Come on, guys. Find a way. Power play for the Rangers. We kill it off. About 5 minutes to go now. And 3 minutes left. 2 minutes, 37 seconds. Okay. We're just going to sim the period, I think, because what do you got to lose? Here we go. Are we going to have an OT hero? And we do! Will Sharp there. Let's go. Are you kidding me? The defenseman wins us the game and the series. And we're moving back to the conference final. Who are we going to play? We got the Tampa Bay Lightning. Okay, interesting team, honestly. I haven't seen their roster in a bit. The Western Conference Final, that's kind of funny. You got the Avs and the Oilers. The Avs, of course, are stacked. The Oilers, of course, we just took McDavid from, and they're still playing well. Logan Cooley there, playoff scoring leader. 15 points with only a single goal. That is also pretty funny to see. But, I mean, I'll take the points all day. Tampa Bay here, Tommy Akers, Farrell, Peterka, Farabee, Cirelli, Howard. They really have no star at forward. I mean, Akers is 89, but, like, no 90. Defensively, Sergio's a 91. I mean, they got 4 70s there behind the top pair. Goaltending, Popov here's an 88. 6th round pick, 2023 by the Hurricanes. Wow. He turned into a beast. So let's see if we can get it done here, guys. First game, of course, going to be in Philly. And here we go. Down 3-1 after 1. McDavid gets our lone goal in the power play. What a second period. 4-4. Draisaitl, Reinhart, and York Beecher for them. Come on. We're going to OT. Let's go. Amirov, of course it's Amirov, the hero, with the OT winner there. Game number 1 gives us the series lead. Hopefully we can go up 2-0 here before we head to Tampa. Obviously, that'd be ideal. The Oilers are up 1-0 on the Avs. Imagine McDavid plays the Oilers Stanley Cup Final. 1-0 here. Draisaitl. 3-0. Cates and Amirov. Okay, bottom 6 is getting it done. 4-1. Zellweger there. Adds 1. Akers for them. So, 2-0 series lead. Heading to Tampa just exactly as we wanted. Let's see what happens here, guys. Game number 3. Up 2-1. Draisaitl, Gauthier, Tracy for them. Wow. What a second period. 4-3 there for the Lightning. Carter the couple. 6-4. Michkov gets 1, unfortunately. Not going to be enough. I mean, weren't really expecting a sweep in the conference final. We can drop 1 game. This 4th game here is huge, though. Either they tie it up or we get a big-time lead. Here we go, guys. Game 4. And 1-0 after 1 for them. John Beecher. 4-2. Huge second. McDavid, Zellweger, the couple, and Ehlers. Period 3. And we hold on. So we now have the 3-1 series lead. All we got to do is win one of these next 3 games. Game 5 here is at home. 1-1. Gauthier for us. Akers for them. Oh, that's not a good second period. We get a couple, Michkov and Reinhart, but still lose 5-3. Hopefully we can just win one of these next 2 games. Like, we're so close. Here we go, guys. Game 6. We're up 1 early. Michkov. 2-2. Demidov. Carter Akers for them. 4-4. McDavid, Draisaitl, Chinakhov, Beecher. Do we have another OT hero? We do, and it's Draisaitl. Let's go. So, for the 2nd straight year, moving on to the Stanley Cup Final. Hopefully, this time it works out a bit better for us. The Avs and the Oilers are actually going to Game 7, and we got the Avs in the Stanley Cup Finals. So we're not going to have the home ice advantage, nor does McDavid get to play against his old team. Michkov there, it's averaging just over a point per game. Again, I want to see what this Avs roster looks like without McKinnon. I can't believe they're still so dominant. What is this team? What? We got an 82 Boucher first line, 85 overall center, which isn't terrible, but for a team doing as good as them, I expected a much better first line center. Foodie there's with 89, Rankin 94, they have second line right wing. Shifley 77, second line center, Greg. The bottom 6 is fine. That just top 6 is so strange. They got Byron McCarr side. That's probably a big reason why. These 3 90-plus defensemen. They even got a few more 80s. Goalies, they got 87 Wolf. Wow, so they just lock it down defensively. And then, I mean, they got, some players on that team that can score. I like the build of our team a lot better, I think. But we'll see what happens here. 2 guys, I should check the AHL team at this point, as I don't think I see their logo. So Yeah, we lost the Bridgeport Islanders in 7. Are you kidding me? Like I said, the AHL team's just cursed. We actually had a 3-2 series lead on them before losing both Game 6 and Game 7, each by 1 goal. Like, that is heartbreaking. Charlotte Checkers there, we beat in 6. And actually, I thought this was the conference final, but no, this was actually just the second round matchup. Again, AHL team, I just don't understand. They cannot catch a break. But we're going to get started again, guys, with the Stanley Cup Final. Hopefully this team can find a way to win their second Stanley Cup in Colorado Game 1. We're down 2-1. Draisaitl for us. Moser, Zetterlund. Still 2-1. Outshooting them like basically double. 4-1. What the heck? Ranton in there at the empty netter. This Avs team is so strange, and yet they dominate us Game 1. Hopefully the boys can find a way to answer back. Game number 2 here. We cannot go down 2-0, that's for sure. There we go. First period, 3 goals. Demidov, Ottavainen, Gauthier. 4-1. Poirier adds 1. And we hold on there. Okay, so there we go. Series is tied 1 apiece. Anybody's series. The best of 5 at this point. Every single time it's tied, you just change it to the next, best of. Game 3 here, of course, is in Philly. Love to have some momentum here. At home, 3-0 lead. Reinhardt, Michkov, Gauthier, let's go. 5-1. Demidov, Ehlers, Scheifele got the lone goal for them. 6-1. Gauthier adds another. There you go. That's what we want to see. Take the lead. Have potential here for a big lead if we can win Game 4 here and be 1 win away from the Stanley Cup. Here we go, guys. First period, 1-1. McMichael, Draisaitl, 2-2. Demidov, Rosica, third period now. 3-3. Demidov again. Moser. Do we have an OT hero? We don't. Ranson, honestly, I think he's the highest rated player between both teams, so respect to him for finding a way to score that one and tie the series up 2 apiece. I mean, if you told me start of the year we'd have a best of 3 for the Stanley Cup, I would take it every time. Let's see what happens here. Game 5. We're up 2-0. Kiva Harju, Draisaitl. 3-2. They get a couple, but luckily Gauthier gets us the lead. 5-2. We find a way. McDavid, Zellweger. Let's go. McDavid's been kind of quiet in terms of goals, so good to see him come alive there. We are 1 win away now, guys, from our second Stanley Cup. Hopefully we can do this. Here we go. Game 6 at home. That's not a good start. 4-0 for the Avs. 16 shots to 4. Ranching in with a couple. It's 4-2 now. I mean, Michka makes it 4-3. Imagine? Is this possible? Power play. Ehlers ties it up. What? Shots are pretty much equal. 4-4. More than half the period left. This is anybody's game. Shots are pretty much dead even. Time's dwindling down here. Who wants the Stanley Cup? Who wants it? Logan Cooley. 5-4? Are you kidding me? 2.5 minutes to go gets us the lead? I did not think that was going to happen. Obviously, we got to go CPU versus CPU here. We can not influence this at all. McDavid on the Flyers. Definitely an interesting look. I'm curious to see, too, how the ratings work here between the two teams. We have 99 offense, they have 92, 97 D for both, 85 goalie for both. So we're tied except for the fact we have a 5 better offense. 34 seconds left. We've got Draisaitl, McDavid, Michkov on the ice with the bottom D pair. That's about an interesting choice, but the other guy's probably tired. 30 seconds. The Avs pull their goalie. Please. Big block shot there. Number 9. Ottavainen? Or actually, no, because he's got a stick back. I think that was Draisaitl there. Or unless he gave his stick to Ottavainen. Michkov gets tripped. McDavid grabs it. He's still holding it. Just kill the clock. We've got a delayed penalty, I think. Empty net. McDavid never misses that in real life. There's no way. But 10 seconds to go. Up 1. A power play. We're going to have a face-off in their zone. Literally just sit 4 guys back. Win the draw. Or honestly, probably just attack the circle. I don't know. Just don't let them get down. You're at the end of the ice. Yeah, Mikko Rantanen there taking a bad penalty. For some reason, Ehlers is taking the draw here. I'm not sure. I must have messed up the power play face-offs because that shouldn't have been the case. But he wins it to Zellweger, to Poirier, to Ehlers out front trying to add 1. They're not looking to play defense. They're looking to score another. 2 seconds left. And there you have it, guys. The Philadelphia Flyers are Stanley Cup champions once again. As I mentioned, lucky season 10 for us so far in NHL 24. So that's awesome to see. I mean, this team was pretty stacked. And the fact we brought in McDavid and Ehlers made them even better. I feel like we got good goaltending as well from Harabal for pretty cheap. The defense led by Kiva Harju, absolutely stacked. You love to see it. Now, who's going to be the Conn Smythe Trophy winner? You got Leon Draisaitl there. That's pretty cool to see. I actually didn't think, he was ever leading the team in points. He must have had a big Stanley Cup final here. He's got that beard as well. I just realized because it was CPU versus CPU and, it was so close, I never got a chance to take over. So we're just going to have them decide who gets the cup. But I'm okay with it. We got to choose at least the first time we won. And next year, guys, you got the new captain, face of the thumbnail, Michkov, going out to lift the Stanley Cup. Shaking hands there with the knockoff Bettman. Very cool. The blue confetti still gets me. Like, we're at home. This should definitely be orange or black confetti for the Flyers, but that's okay. Michkov with the C, lifting the cup. You love to see that. I mean, I'm glad to see, too. He's got, like, that real face. Spent some time making. Trying to do the best I could. I guess he doesn't grow a beard, though. Who's he giving it to first? Does he give it to McDavid? We bring him in. Demidov, the Russian winger. Cates? Sharp? Sharp's been big for us. Will Sharp, I respect that one. He actually scored the OT winner to keep our playoff hopes alive in, I think, what was it, round 2 there against the Rangers. So, Sharp getting that cup first. I think it's a pretty good decision. And now next year, guys, he's going to give it to Leon. Oh, I thought he was giving it to Draisaitl. No, he's going to give it to McDavid. I mean, you got to respect McDavid. I don't know if the Oilers have actually won a Stanley Cup in this franchise sim. So, this could be McDavid's first Stanley Cup, at which point he probably would have got it first, to be honest. He's like 35. We'd have to go check the awards as far back as we can, at least. So, that is pretty awesome to see. McDavid with the cup. I didn't think we were able to pull off that trade. But I remember seeing your guys' comments. McCarr, yeah, definitely no chance. But McDavid there, big part of this cup. Does he give it to his old teammate in Draisaitl next? That would make sense, I think. But no, he gives it to Demidov there, who I think often overlooked. Second line, winger behind Michkov. Probably learned some things from him. Big part of this team as well. And next, you guys, of course, you got these Stanley Cup picks right there in the center. You got Michkov, Draisaitl, Reinhart there, who, of course, has been such a great player for us. I think McDavid just, skated in late there. I want to say that's Ehlers on the left side. Some creative players there. But very, very cool. Very, very happy we were able to get one more. I mean, I think it showed how good this team was when, last year we made the final. This year we win it. Just dominant, I think, in every facet of the game. And there you have the list of names, guys, led by the captain, Michkov, followed, of course, right by Amirov. Great team for sure. And so there you have it, guys. The playoffs are now complete. Of course, we won the Stanley Cup. Calgary Wranglers there won the Calder. We'll take a look at the awards, the record book, and then that'll be it. Arizona there jumps from 12 to 2 in the draft lottery. Good for them, but obviously this is it for us. So in terms of the playoffs, Demidov there actually outscored Draisaitl by 1 point. Plus minus, there was +4 worse. Draisaitl did have a game-winning goal where Demidov didn't, but I don't know. I feel like you probably couldn't have given it to him. I mean, look at how dominant this team is. Are you kidding me? We had 1, 2, 3, 4 players with exactly a point per game. Demidov was just over. I didn't realize he had such a good playoff. And then McDavid there was just under. Our top 6 players were all about a point per game. Zellweger actually popped off. He was doing better in the playoffs than he did in the regular season, 22. Even Gauthier there with 20. Ehlers 19. Yeah, this team was just so stacked. Herbal there gave us below 900 save percentage, and we still won the Stanley Cup. I think that shows just how good this team was. Let's see. Petro in the AHL. Maybe we should have had him starting the NHL. I don't know. In terms of the playoff tree here, guys, NHL-wise, I am curious to see the Avalanche there. Beat the Kraken in 5, Blackhawks in 6, Oilers in 7, before falling to us there in 6. Next year, of course, looking at the awards, Philadelphia Flyers with another Stanley Cup looks good. I don't see the Oilers there. Again, they could have won it in the first 5 years, I'm forgetting, but that might have been McDavid's first Stanley Cup, which I think is pretty cool. You can see, too, our third Prince of Wales in the last 5 years. DeBrincat there got the Art Ross and the Hart. Kiva Hardy, though, got the Norris for the second time. That's very cool to see. Berkeley Catton, Lady Bing, Perros Calder, Draisaitl, Conn Smythe, of course, Kosa, Vezina, Wolf, William Jennings, Ferraro, Bill Masterton. I think he's won that before. Islanders coach Jack Adams, Barkov, Selke. Back-to-back years, actually. DeBrincat, Ted Lindsay, and then Pasternak there with Ramesh Richard. Looking at the AHL awards next, guys. Of course, Calgary with the Calder Cup. Again, this is our 7th straight regular season title for the AHL team. Not a single Calder Cup to show for it. I don't think I've ever seen that. That much regular season domination from a team without ever winning the championship. That is just incredible. And not incredible in a good way. I feel like in real life, if a team's that dominant in the regular season, they're eventually going to win at least once. Stevenson there in the AHL, most points. I don't even know who that is, MVP. Most of these names at this point are made up. Olsen there was the best defenseman. That's cool. Petrol was the best goalie, as we expected. Lambert there, sportsmanship. Surprised to see him in the AHL. He must have been a bit of a bust. Pellet community involvement also in the AHL. And then Petrol there at lowest goals again. So finally here, guys, going to take a look at the record book. Both our team as well as the league. And I should, too, take a look at our coach. We've had him since the very first year, so you can kind of see our overall record here. Also, too, you can see he's now A+ everything except for teaching. There's an A. Almost A+. Very, very close. So total record for the 10 years, 485 wins, 279 losses for a 62.6 win percentage, 2 Stanley Cups, 1 President's Trophy. I feel like that's a pretty good job done. Obviously, I'd like to have 10 Stanley Cups, but probably not going to happen. Now, in terms of the Flyers record book here, let's see. Couturier there still has the most seasons, most games played. I don't think any of our new players did anything. Currently, though, it's Draisaitl there for points. Kiva Harju actually for assists. Carter Cote in penalty minutes. We'll take a look next at the season. Did we set any new all-time records? We did not, unfortunately. Rookie records, Carlson, most assists that very first year at 55. That was it. Game records, We did not set any there either. So, I mean, still a pretty good team, but aside from Couturier, none of our star players were on the team long enough to break any of those records. Games played here, you got Ovechkin finishing third, Marc-Andre Fleury's first, followed by Vasilevsky. Most goals there's Ovechkin crushing Gretzky's numbers there. Points is Ovechkin in second. Jeez, I think he played till he's like 43 or something, that's why. Assists, you actually have nobody new. Wins, Fleury second to Brodeur. 50 goal seasons, Ovechkin 13. Bedard's 7. I mean, that's kind of nuts. 100-point seasons there. McDavid's 1 behind Lemieux. Probably going to time if we keep going. So, pretty cool to see that. Again, guys, thank you so much for all the support on this franchise mode series, as well as just all the franchise mode series in NHL 23. I may or may not do one more for NHL 24. I'm really going to have to figure out whether or not I'm going to have the time to do it. So stay tuned for that potentially. If not, obviously as soon as NHL 24 drops, I'll have a new franchise for you guys. Let me know in the comments section which teams you'd like to see. I'll take like the 4 most popular answers and put them in a poll for you guys to vote on at some point. So before you click out the video, make sure to do that. But at this point, guys, that is it for the episode in the series. Thank you guys again so much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, leave that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the sub button down below. Have a nice day, guys. Goodbye.